We're geeks in the closet. We're geeks in the closet. Geeks in the closet. Geeks in the closet. We're geeks in the closet. We're geeks in the closet. We're geeks in the closet. Closet. No one did the dump with me. I was expecting someone to join in. Thank you. Hello and welcome to episode 8 of Geeks in the Closet. I am Connor and I'm going to be moderating today. And beside me here is Francis.
Hello.
And Jason.
Howdy.
And we're going to be talking about some interesting stuff, I think, this week. This is the last episode before we will get a chance to see the upcoming Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice. So we've done an episode on Superman, we've done an episode on Batman. We decided we're going to do an episode on all of MCU and all of what is called the DC Extended Universe. We'll be talking about that in a little bit. Jay is also going to be giving us a news update.
Yep.
And Fran is also going to be telling us about his tried something nerdy that he possibly liked. We'll find out.
It's been top secret.
It has. Neither of us have any clue.
Not a clue. Not a clue.
No. But before we do that, we're also going to catch up with each other. Week in Geek. So, Francis.
Well, my Week in Geek has been primarily dominated by Daredevil, which is just season 2 has appeared on Netflix, and also a lot of gaming. Because I went through a dry spell there for a while. I wasn't doing any real gaming at all.
Happens to us all, man.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Real life just gets in the way.
So annoying.
But no, kind of picks back up the pad and kind of getting really stuck into it now. I'm loving it. I'm playing. Basically, there's an Easter sale on the PlayStation Store if people aren't aware. There's some very good bargains. And one thing I noticed was that the Game of Thrones Telltale game episode 1 was free for download.
Same as you really feel, Jay.
Yeah, so Jay's not happy that I've kind of jumped the queue and started playing this. But episode 1 is free for anyone who's interested. It's an excellent marketing tool because I finished it and had to know what was going to happen next and bought the entire season pass.
Yeah.
Oh, they got him. They got him good.
Yeah,
they got him good.
Incredible.
Here's the first episode for free. You don't have to buy the others. Fran was like, I need the next one.
Yeah, I have to know what happens. The entire, like the general, without giving out in the way, like the story is that it's set in the north. You are part of a house that are loyal to the Stark family, but his timeline wise, it takes place after the Red Wedding.
Are you like the Car Starks or something?
No, I think it's a completely new name.
Right, okay.
It's House Forrester.
Okay.
It takes place after the Red Wedding, so Rob is dead.
Spoilers.
That's season 1.
It's your own fault if you don't know.
Season 3?
No, it's 3 or 4, is it?
It's season 3.
No, it's not season 3 because season 3 is just over. Well,
no.
two seasons ago.
Isn't season 5 about to start?
Yeah.
No, season 6 is about to start.
Oh, shiza.
Yeah. No,
you can say it.
It's fine. We're marked explicit.
So the Red Wedding is over, but Joffrey and Marjorie's wedding is upcoming. Tyrion is Master of Coin, and what else? Jon Snow is on the wall, but they have no Lord Commander.
And who was
So that's
Hand
kind
of the King at that point?
Hand of the King.
Tywin, wasn't it?
Ooh,
Tywin Lannister.
That's a good question.
possibly, but he's off screen at the minute. He definitely would be, wouldn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was always Tywin, wasn't it? For Joffrey.
Yeah,
I don't
unless Joffrey's dead at this point.
No. The wedding's upcoming.
By the way, spoilers.
So yeah.
That was season 4. Oh no.
So basically, you can kind of imagine it's probably not a good time to be a house loyal to House Stark.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what you're up against. It's unbelievable. It's like any Telltale game. You've got this time bar that's shrinking, and you're like freaking out.
What am I gonna do? Oh no!
And then you're just
Panic.
You handcuff yourself. I've tripped myself up a few times, and there's one thing I did last night. I'm doing them an episode a day to spread it out a little bit more. But there's something I did last night. I know it's going to bite me in the ass as soon as I turn it on today, and I just don't want to do it. There's an active passion.
No.
Have you guys been watching Daredevil?
No,
You
I
haven't
haven't seen
touched
it.
it?
Yeah, I finished it.
Okay, we'll leave that for another day.
Oh, we'll talk about it the next episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
In other words, Connor, get it all watched by the next episode.
Yeah, no pressure.
Oh, fine. That's absolutely fine. Jay, how was your Week in Geek? Sorry, are you done, Francis?
Yeah, I've been just engrossed in that. A lot of Dragon Age as well.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm at the stage now where Jay was talking about.
He's not done.
Remember Jay was talking about in episode 2 ago about the Orlesian court, and you have to kind of gain popularity amongst the nobles. Well, that didn't work out at all. At all. My first problem was that you pick your team, and I have this team that I send on. They're my squad. Okay, every quest. regardless, it's Iron Bull, Blackwall, Dorian, and myself. So that's 2 warriors, 3 warriors, and a mage.
Are you the
You have
mage?
no rogue. How
I've
do you
no
get
rogue.
through unlocked like?
I
locked
find if
doors
it's a
and-
locked door, someone doesn't want me to go in there. I respect people's privacy. That's the other part of my problem.
Do you know what his problem is? He
Yes.
can't upgrade Varric the rogue. He doesn't know how to upgrade his weapon. He has this weapon called Bianca. It's the only weapon he uses. But
Right.
you're meant to upgrade her. And
Her the weapon.
Her
Yes.
the weapon,
Okay.
Bianca.
But I can't do that because I'm an idiot. And last time I took him out, he was dealing 2 damage, whereas my guy can do like 260 in one hit. Like, and this guy was dealing 2.
Yeah, I've told him next time he plays to put me on share play, and like I'll talk
Yeah,
him
you
through
talk
how to
about it.
upgrade. Because he
And
hasn't a clue.
I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to building your team. Like, if a character is suited to the job, but I don't like that character, I'm not taking that character. Yeah, I'm not taking that character. So like, there's this kind of bald elf, and he's a little bit up himself.
Soulless.
Soulless.
You got to pay him more attention.
I
man.
leave him at home. He's just wandering.
You've got to pay him more attention.
So anyway, I just picked my usual squad, and they're just the most ill-equipped bunch of people to deal with nobles you will ever imagine. Like, at one stage, I didn't even realise that they were at the ball because they had decided they didn't like the ball and they left the ball. Like, I found one guy standing by himself saying like, "Oh, this is not my scene." I found another guy like, "Can I kill somebody now?" I'm like, "No!" So I was basically just trying to do this all by myself. Whereas I think Jay picked slightly more
I picked all.
the fancy people.
Yeah, the people who would like to be there, the people that I'd get prestige for actually being there. Like, oh, he's coming with these people.
Yeah.
Wow. No, that's what I was going for. But I like the way Fran just throws all that out the window and just says,
Yeah.
no.
No, I'm playing the way I want to play. And
Yeah,
that's
they
it.
let me make my own choices. It's their own fault.
That's hilarious.
So yeah, that didn't go well at all. Now I'm finished.
Okay. Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Okay. Feel free to cut across Jay if you need to. Jay, how was your week in Geek?
Right, a few things. I finished Daredevil, but we'll talk about that next week. Epic.
Or the week after.
Or the week
Next
after.
week.
Whatever.
No, because if next week we'll more than likely be talking about Batman vs Superman.
Oh,
Okay.
true.
We'll see how it goes.
Let's
Go
talk
on.
shop outside the
Yeah.
podcast. So I was playing a little bit of Bloodborne. Haven't gotten too much further. Was playing. After that, I was trying to finish off The Walking Dead, Telltale,
Season 2.
which I managed to do. But my own plan always was finish Walking Dead Season 2, then I can start playing Game of Thrones on the lead up to Game of Thrones. Then this prick sitting over here downloads it for free.
He's pointing to someone else. It's not me.
Downloads it for free and starts playing it. And like the thing I like about doing this podcast is my normal reaction would have been, ah crap, he's playing it now. I've got to start playing it now so I'll know what he's talking about. And so I decided not to do that because my week in Geek would have been the same as his. So I decided
You
instead.
ventured out.
I ventured out, and I had previously downloaded Firewatch, so I just started playing that, and pretty happy I did. It's a weird little game, and it's strange. Like, I've never seen it done quite like this before. But the very start of the game, before you even get into any game playing mechanics or control your character, you're given a narrative that has like branching choices. So you're this person, you have this job, you meet this person. What do? You've got 2 options. Do you go and chat her up, or do you use this line or this line? Then you end up marrying her, or maybe you don't if you don't go with that
This
option.
is
I don't
before
know.
the game officially
Actually
starts.
So
Interesting.
So it builds up a backstory.
it builds up a backstory. So will I go through my backstory, or will that ruin it for people? I'll do a vague. Basically, I got married to this girl. Depending on what decisions you make, she might have this job or that job. She might have to commute, or she might not. That'll affect your relationship. 1 or 2 of you might have medical needs. You might have kids. All these things come up, and then it fleshes out a story before you even begin. So I was feeling the pressure right then of life. I was like, oh my god, this is horrible. It started out so nice and everything was great. It was like, if anyone's ever seen Marley and Me and felt the crushing blow of getting older and decisions, this is what I was experiencing through the whole thing. It was awful. I was
And
like,
this is before you even move your character on
like,
screen.
I don't want to grow up. I want to stay a kid forever and ever and ever.
This reminds me of when we played Game of Life. I've never seen a man. We played Game of Life back in college.
I missed that game. I haven't played that.
I hate the stress of it.
He was sweating bullets.
But I ended up being a games developer, and I was the poorest person in the room, and like someone was a friggin' dentist making way. I was like, this does not make sense.
How many kids did you have?
Oh,
I was swimming in them, and I had crippling college debt and everything. I was like, this is not the way things are supposed to be. I hated it.
I think that might have to be a special in the future. I will rig it so that he gets like the worst possible hand.
The Geeks play Game of Life.
Yeah.
Possibly. So that was before I even started the game, so that had me sweating already. And then when
what's
you get
the actual game itself?
the actual game itself is you end up working as a fire watch guy. So over in the States, there's these big, massive natural reserves, and you know people have to monitor the place. So they have these big watchtowers. Your job is to stay there for the summer, watch for people who are starting fires or letting off fireworks or something, and that might cause a forest fire. And you have to go down and sort them out, get rid of them, and then you have to basically just monitor the place.
Okay.
But you have a large domain that you have to traverse, and using ropes and things like that. But like the scenery's lovely, it looks great. You kind of have a normal job. Kind of feels nice actually in certain parts. You're just like kind of sitting above something you've just scaled, and you're looking at the landscape, and it's really nice.
Cool.
It's a good change.
So there's no imminent alien invasion.
Not yet, but after the first night, this isn't really a spoiler because it happens at the very beginning of the game. I returned from like my first mission to find that my typewriter, because apparently my character is a bit of a writer, while he's there doing nothing, he might as well be, and my typewriter has been thrown out of the top of the tower and is on the ground. And then I go up to the top of the tower, the window's been broken in and everything's been messed around, and someone's obviously been there, and I've seen someone going around with a light, but I've never actually gotten up close enough to talk to them. And basically there's something sinister going on in the woods. There's someone messing around, and there's a woman you talk to who's in the next district who's got a walkie-talkie, and she talks to you, and she's kind of your boss, but she talks to you anyway. And at one point, very near the start, you overhear a conversation where she's left on that walkie-talkie and she's talking to somebody else, and she goes kind of like, oh no, jeez, I haven't told him that. God, no. How would he handle that? No, it's better off not telling him at all. And then you have the option of confronting her and saying, here, listen, I heard the message, or just not and playing along. I chose to play along to be a bit more sneaky, to see would this help me later on in the game. So I know something's awry, but she doesn't know that I know something's awry. So we'll wait to see how that pans out.
Yeah, it sounds interesting. I've heard it seems like a game I'd really like, but I'm kind of...
Oh, it's definitely a Connor game. It's more than a J game. It's a Connor game.
Yeah, no, I know it is, but I'm gonna finish what I'm doing at the minute.
Yeah. I used to be like that. Well, yeah, go on.
Yeah, no, I'm still like that. I think it's until I finish it or until I reach a lull in the game.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to walk away from it so you forget all the nice, unique things. And then you come back and you're like, oh, yeah.
I used to be, when I was a teenager, I used to do that. You have a game, you play it, you finish it, then you go to the next one. That's the way it always was. But now I just feel like, what game I'll play today? Today's going to be a Fallout day. Today's going to be a Bloodborne day, which is fine, but then you get confused with the controls for a little while. But I'm kind of enjoying the new pace. But
yeah. Well, the game that I was playing 2 games over the last few days. One I was talking about to you just before we started recording. I started Uncharted, and I'm so annoyed that I missed the boat on this, because I had a PlayStation 3, unlike you two.
Yeah.
And it was just, by the time I got the PlayStation 3, Uncharted 2 was out and Uncharted 3 was on the way.
Yeah.
And of course then I would have had to buy all 3. So I was just like, I don't know, I think I'll just give it a miss, whatever. And then I don't know what the Nathan Drake collection or something it's called.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
So yeah, all 3 games. I know you talked about Uncharted before, but just so annoyed that I missed the boat on this.
Oh, it's really great. It's really funny as well.
It's
like
funny.
A cinema experience.
He's particularly funny.
He's very like Nathan Fillion meets Indiana Jones, I think.
Yeah, no, very much so. And that's the one thing I keep saying to T. I'm like, oh my god, it's basically Indiana Jones. Like it's but in a good way. Like it's really fun. There's ancient temples, and then there's ruins, and then there's jungle, and then there's puzzles, and there's shooting, and it's a really good game. Very
platforming
very
as well, a lot of climbing.
A lot of platforming and climbing. Really enjoying it. So I'm kind of looking ahead. I know Uncharted 4 is coming out in
soon,
10th of May.
I thought it was April, but
but they pushed it back.
Pushed it back.
It was originally going to be the 18th of March, and then they pushed it back, and then it was going to be the 25th of April, and then they pushed it back, and now it's the 10th of May.
Okay.
So I'm looking at going, you know what? I'm definitely more than 75% of the way through the story of the first game. I think I can finish the whole series before the.
You can do 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a go. While still playing other things in between. And then the other game I was playing was an kind of oldie but a very goodie, Civilization.
Oh yeah.
I started playing. I have it on my tablet on Civ 5, and every now and then I'm just like, I don't want to watch anything. I want to play a game, and I want to take my time, be slow, relaxing game. And Civ 5 is my game. It's so much fun.
It's like a more complicated Age of Empires.
Yeah, far more complicated. So I'm playing as the ancient Egyptians.
Ooh.
And that means that I can build world wonders at a much faster rate than anybody else. So I've built Machu Picchu, the pyramids, the Oracle at Delphi, loads of different things.
Can you be the Celts?
You can, but you have to, they're DLC. You have to download them separately.
The Celts are DLC?
Well, it depends on
Downloadable
the DLC.
Celts.
I know, well, not to diss our own culture, but if you started out with the Celts, you'd be more likely to buy the Egyptians, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
They're more of a popular culture as, the world goes.
Yeah, I'd say so. But having said that, the Egyptians have been one of the standard vanilla cultures you can play with
from the
straight
original,
away.
they're probably the only
original.
3 you could do or something.
Yeah. So, no, I'm trying to do it. Usually I win by domination, which is basically you have to take over the capital cities of all the other civilizations.
Yeah.
So I decided this time to be a bit nicer, and I'm going to take over the world through culture. So basically what you do is you just have to create enough works of art or writing or music or whatever so that when you get to the industrial age or further on after the industrial age, then tourism starts, and then your culture kind of takes over the globe. And
Connor, that's the pansy way about it. Just go and invade everywhere and destroy them. What's wrong with you?
I'm challenging myself, because usually I do go and destroy everything.
Is this online or is this all on your tablet?
All on the tablet, but you can play online. The only thing is you kind of have to dedicate 4 to 5 hours in a go of playing it, because you're playing with other people in real life and all that kind of thing. So that's my week in geek anyway. Jay, do you have some news to tell us?
Yeah, do the noise. Okay, I've got about 6 or 7 little bits of news this week. First, I thought we'd keep it Irish, being Paddy's Day not so long ago. Not so long ago.
Not today.
Dara O'Brian news. 2016 is set to be a big year for Dara O'Brian. Not only is he going to be the host of the relaunched Robot Wars, but he's also set to helm a gaming show.
Yeah. Don't know that.
No.
Yeah, that's kind of old news now, but yeah, he's going to be
I'm
Robot Wars.
excited.
Yeah. But he's also set to helm a gaming show called Go 8-Bit on Dave. According to Joe.ie, it is inspired by the Edinburgh Fringe show of the same name, which is madness. I watched a video of it. It's crazy.
Okay.
The game will pit contestants, celebrities and comedians against each other in various old and modern games in front of a live studio audience. And then I have a quote here from Dara O'Brian where he says, put a video game controller in the hands of a nun and she'll turn into a trash-talking, bloodthirsty monster. Give a controller to a comedian and they'll do that too, but they'll be funny.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very, very true.
So that looks really exciting. I watched the Fringe kind of thing that it's inspired on, and that was really funny. They just got people up to play games, and basically there was loads of forfeits, kind of like, do you remember like the really old, I don't even remember the names of them now, but I used to watch this really old English program where kids would come on and they'd play like competitions against each other, and then like at the end of it someone might get a load of goo thrown on them if they did badly or something. There was, I can't remember what they were called, but there was loads of those shows and we lost all of them. Like there's no shows like that anymore where you go to play competitive games or a game show about gaming.
I suppose that's because anyone who's really into gaming now and watching it watches on Twitch or on YouTube or something like that, and TV stations and networks or whatever, they don't see the point when, oh look, let the gamers have their little website, we're not going to put one on. But I'd say this will do well.
This is different. This isn't going to be like a kid show. This is going to be grown-ups are going to come. There's going to be alcohol involved, like, so their inhibitions will be gone, and they'll just be like, can you imagine getting, like you were talking about it a few weeks ago, the Elderly Do or whatever it's called.
The Fine Brothers Elders React. They played Mortal Kombat 10 and it was hilarious.
That's entertaining. All they're doing is they're doing that, but they're having a live audience laughing behind them while they're doing it. Like, it's going to be a bit of fun, so I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be good. Next piece of news, PlayStation VR price reveal. PlayStation VR is finally been given a release date of October 2016, which is much later than anyone was expecting, including me. Also, the cost of this new era of gaming has been revealed as €399. However, this does not include the PlayStation camera or Move controllers, which would be necessary to get the fullest out of it. In fact, if you only have the PlayStation VR kind of machine part, you can do very little.
You have you have to have the camera for it to work, but you don't have to have the Move controllers for it to work.
Are they the things in your hands?
Yeah,
Yeah.
The
They're
coloured ball.
Yeah.
coloured ball things that you have to have in either hand that are actually going to be your hands when
So
you're
I
moving.
feel like they'd be instrumental.
Yeah, but I think there's certain games that you can play with the with the pad as well,
okay.
the joystick, with the game controller as well. But you're just using so maybe some people would prefer not to use the Move controllers. But anyway, the camera currently retails at about €60, and expect the Move controllers to come in around €50. So there's no bundle been announced for Europe yet, so I have no idea what prices are for that. But what I can tell you is in the USA, there's been a bundle announced there with all three of those things for $500. So I'd expect it to be €500 over here. There's
But like if you buy used Move controllers from GameStop or something, they're €14.
yeah, but I don't know whether you can use the PS3 ones. Possibly not. Those Move controllers don't exist yet, Connor. Like they're not on the market yet. But you can pre-order them, I think, from Amazon. I'll have to have a look at that. But yeah, they don't exist yet, so they'll be coming with the PS4.
Do they come in pairs?
Yeah, you get the two of them together. Yeah. Right. Now I'm assuming they will eventually announce a bundle for Europe, because why wouldn't they? But I'd say expect €500, and I know a price exchange that sounds like we're being screwed, but as Connor was saying to me before, there's whatever cost is given to America, there's always hidden like tax costs and stuff.
Yeah.
It always ends up being more depending on what the state is. So it might end up being $550 for them and €500 for us, or whatever it ends up being. I don't know. So that'll be the price. So if you don't have the PlayStation camera currently and you want to do VR, expect to pay about £500 for the full experience. Fallout 4.
It's not that expensive. Sorry, it's not that expensive, is it?
It's a whole new content.
It depends who you're talking to, because some people would argue this is an accessory, it's not a new console, whereas...
Which I'd be in that camp.
I'm just afraid that we're opening up the floodgates, that it's going to become necessary to have this stuff to play games. Do you hear that the way?
Hold on to that thought for later.
I'm just a bit worried about that.
Hold on to that thought. I'm going to get back to that in the next 3 pieces of news.
Just skip ahead to that news then.
Oh God. Okay. Because there's lots of like actual PlayStation. Okay. Upgraded current gen consoles.
Oh yeah.
According to Kotaku, who has apparently verified this through multiple developer sources, they're quite reputable, so it looks fairly likely. Sony are working on the PS4.5.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just got a PlayStation 4.
This PS4.5 is rumored to include a greatly improved graphics processing unit, or GPU, and support 4K resolution. And before Fran freaks out about using numbers and stuff, current PS4s run at 1080 pixels, so 1080 pixels, meaning the 4K upgrade, so that's 4000 pixels, would increase the pixel size to about 4 times that of the current PS4. The improvements would make the PS4 far more competitive with the PC market, and especially in the virtual reality market. Oculus Rift and HTC Vive are designed to work with powerful PCs. This upgrade would make PlayStation way more competitive with them. Also, Xbox boss Phil Spencer has hinted that Xbox has been looking at the incremental hardware upgrades of the mobile, tablet and PC world, and wondering if they should be applied to consoles. So think about, you buy your PlayStation kind of like you'd buy your mobile phone, and then in the next like
3 years,
year, 6 months, or whatever the time that it's going to be, it's not obsolete, but there'll be a newer model. But it's hard to see how they'll go with this. Will it be kind of like they did with the new 3DS? Will there be only games you can play on the PS4.5?
That's what I'm afraid of.
If they come out. Or will it just be your one has slightly better graphics? But it's gotten to the point now where any graphics improvements, you're not seeing them as well as you should, because we've reached the pinnacle of what we can notice.
A plateau, I suppose.
Yeah, we kind of have. So you can improve things, but the casual gamer might notice the difference.
Especially on my TV.
Yeah.
An amazing
That's
TV.
the other thing. It's like you need to have a television that can show those differences.
Yeah.
You know. Also, one thing what was I gonna say? You were just saying that. Yeah. No. like, I don't think it's going to get to that point where games are only going to be on the PlayStation 4.5 or the PS4K or whatever.
It wouldn't make sense.
Well, it wouldn't make sense, but also they're still releasing games on the PS3.
Yeah.
They are.
At the
That's
minute.
true. That's
like
true.
Big games, like for example Metal Gear Solid, the last one that was out, was that 5 or 6?
5. Phantom Pain.
Yeah, like they released it on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 3.
Yeah,
And
that's
it was
true.
the same
That's
game.
not
So,
gonna happen. In the next year, that'll be gone because they'll try and get rid of Xbox 360.
yeah, but what I mean is if they bring out a PlayStation 4.5, they're not going to
do 2 different games.
They're not. They are going to do. They might do two different games, and even if they do, it's not like the PlayStation 4 is going to be out obsolete in a year or two. It's going to take a while.
I don't see. I think the cost to the consumer of buying all those, I don't think they're going to do it. I think one of the things about, like whatever about the PC master race, but one of the things about buying a console is that you have the machine, it's there, it's good for 8 to 10 years.
That's the
and
promise.
you plug it in and it works. There's none of this. You don't have to be a tech genius to kit out the perfect PS4 and mod it or anything like that.
Yeah.
You just buy the bloody thing.
Plug and play.
Yeah, the most complicated thing I've had to do so far is replace the hard drive because I ran out of memory. That's
And you
the
don't
only
even have to do that.
And that was very easy once you know what to do. You don't even have to do that. You can just delete stuff and whatever. But I don't see that helping the market. It might push people to actually buying a PC because if everything's better on PC, if consoles start getting like PC, they'll just push people to PC because no matter what the consoles do, they're never going to be as graphically great as a computer can be. So I don't know what way that's going to go. But fret not, because if the PS 4.5 is coming out, it won't be for the next year or two at least. Could be longer.
I'm starting to get depressed about this news now.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Tell us some nice.
Isn't there an
news.
earthquake somewhere
But-
that you can talk about?
Dark or what?
If you think about it though, new and improved PlayStations coming out is not a new thing because they always brought those out. Like there's always like the slim version that end up being better a few years down the line. So I don't think this will affect us as much as it sounds right now. But
No.
it's news, so there you go. Next bit of news: Xbox PS4 cross-network play. This has been a dream for many, many years for many gamers. In early March, Microsoft stated that they are open to support gaming between Xbox and other online gaming platforms and consoles. Everybody read through the lines here, and it is assumed that this is Xbox opening up dialogue on cross-platform play with PlayStation. Sony vaguely responded on Twitter saying, PlayStation has always been supporting cross-platform play between PC on several software titles, starting with Final Fantasy XI on PS2 and PC back in 2002. We would be happy to have the conversation with any publishers or developers who are interested in cross-platform play. They didn't say no, but they didn't really answer, so they're being kind of coy with each other. But it's opening up a little bit of dialogue now that there might be, like, let's just take, God, what's that card
Rocket
game
League.
called? Rocket League.
A lot of people are
Xbox
saying,
versus PlayStation on Rocket League would be a brilliant idea.
A lot of people are saying that it's Rocket League that has done this because it came out on PC first.
Yeah.
Then it came out on PlayStation and it exploded.
Yeah.
And I've seen people say online that it was the thing that convinced them to just get a PlayStation instead of an Xbox.
Really? Just Rocket League. That simple little game.
I know. Well, it's simple, but it's amazing.
Oh, it
good.
is, yeah.
So then, now it's come out. It's only not even a month out, I don't think, on Xbox.
Yeah.
It's only out recently, so I think it might be one of the reasons. I think it's
It's funny
Probably, but it's something that's been asked for ages and ages and ages.
because when I got my PS4, I actually just naturally assumed that was a possibility. That remember when you were talking about Elder Scrolls, like, oh, can I play with other people on?
See, it is now, but I think it's kind of similar to like Sony giving Spider-Man back to Marvel, just sharing rights and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're being nice.
It's becoming a thing now that we're like, oh, just because we own this property doesn't mean we can't like rent them out and be nice about it
to the original creators.
To the original creators. But anyway, they're kind of, I don't know, they're just being more helpful to each other to benefit both of them instead of trying to one up the competition constantly. I don't know, but I'm liking the way it goes. I mean, it's definitely going to work for the likes of Rocket League. It'll definitely work for any shooter like Call of Duty or Halo. They'll love pitting Xbox against PlayStation.
MMOs as well.
Out. MMOs, Elder Scrolls Online would be brilliant. Like that was already broken into 3 factions to begin with. So
now
if they did it properly, it could be Xbox had one faction, PS4 had another, and PC had the third one or something.
Yeah.
And they all fight each other in a big 3 battle royale thing. Yeah. as articulate as that. So that looks exciting if that pans out, but we'll wait and see. They're not giving any definite answers. Fallout 4 news. Sony made a massive blunder by setting the season pass for Fallout 4 for free on the PS Store instead of hiking it up.
What?
You remember
Someone
Fran
got
said,
fired.
Fran said in the news a few weeks ago that I should buy the season pass for Fallout because I own Fallout and because it was about to get a price hike up by about 10 or 20
I think that was
quid.
you.
I think it was.
Was it
me.
you?
Yeah.
Sorry, it was you. Well, I just knew it wasn't me, so it had to be one of you.
I'll take the credit for it.
You see, this is why I wanted to say
Yeah.
it because I knew you would take the credit.
Anyway, I'm guessing they were supposed to do the hike up. Somebody messed up on the PS Store and they actually set it to free instead of hiking it up. So
They
for
put the
about
decimal point too far to
a
the left.
day or so, anyone who was in the know was able to download it for free, and then it went up on Reddit. Everyone downloaded it, and then the day afterwards, I think was it March 18th or 19th? I can't remember, but around one of those dates, they shut it down and they put it up to where it's supposed to be. But
Still.
so for those 2 days, they got that for free.
It went from what price to free to what price?
I think it was originally like 20 quid, and
I think it was like 25 down to free to up to 40 or something.
yeah,
Okay.
that sounds about right, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. So those lucky people for that day or so.
Oh, if
Yeah.
I'd known, I think I would have bought the season pass even though I didn't have Fallout 4. Just bought the season
Yeah.
pass
Can you,
and
buy,
then got...
can you buy a season pass before you like? I've never done it the other way around. Can you buy the season pass and
When you
then
think
buy
of
the
it with
game
the
later?
Telltale games, you can buy the season pass and then download the game.
Yeah, per episode.
True.
I don't know how it would work with DLC, but sure. You know,
Interesting. Okay, interesting.
I would have tried it.
But to buy the season's pass, it did come up when I bought my Telltale game. In order to buy it, it said you have to have episode 1. So I don't know whether there is some. I don't know whether I already had episode 1.
That's a good
Okay,
question though,
yeah.
for future reference. Okay. Telltale Batman news.
Oh yes.
Telltale have revealed details of their upcoming Batman game. It's rated M and will be in comic book style art.
Okay.
It will be set in the present day and have an original storyline. But they did say they did look at a lot of the back catalogue of stories and they took inspiration from lots of things, but primarily Year One,
Okay.
Dark Knight Returns,
Good.
Yep.
and Court of Owls.
Oh.
Were three things that they mentioned, but
That
this
hasn't been done yet.
no, it hasn't, and it's quite a good storyline. But I'll talk about that in a second. How it'll probably fit in because it'll be good for this style of game. Batman will be the sole hero, and the only confirmed supporting characters.
Sorry, I'm just picturing like Batman playing jazz. Soul music. Sorry.
He'll be the sole hero, not SOUL. The only supporting characters are Commissioner Gordon, Alfred, Vicky Vale, and Renee Montoya, who is
She's the
detective.
female cop.
Yeah, she's a female cop. She was actually introduced in the 90s cartoon.
As was
first.
Harley Quinn.
Like Harley Quinn, yeah. The game will be very focused on the actions of Bruce Wayne in the daytime and how that affects Batman at night.
Nice. I like that.
The relationship between Bruce Wayne and certain characters will affect their morality in Telltale's Gotham City. So, in this game, we're probably going to see the most of Bruce Wayne that we've ever seen, and it'll factor into that a lot. So, in terms of bad guys, the Court of Owls really works out there, and I think they're going to be the standout ones because they're a secret society within Gotham, and they try and recruit the wealthy. They're definitely going to try and
Get Bruce.
court
Recruit him.
Bruce Wayne. So there could see some sort of infiltration there. You might also see Catwoman because she's got a relationship with Bruce and with Batman.
Yeah.
You might see Two-Face as well, depending on where he is
Or
in
Harvey
the
Dent.
timeline. Or Harvey Dent, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He might even be Two-Face or he might become Two-Face during the game. But there isn't a lot of villains that have as much to do with Bruce as they do with Batman. So I think we'll see those three elements definitely anyway.
Ooh, that's exciting.
And if they're looking at Year One, we might be seeing the first year Batman is taking up the mantle. So I don't know, but I'm only speculating now. And news that just landed today as well. So I don't have this in my notes, but I just found out this morning. Telltale have announced that they're using a brand new spanking engine for
Yeah,
Telltale's
I think I read
Batman.
that as well yesterday.
Yeah.
I think that they want to update the mechanics.
Yeah, they're using a new engine like entirely to create the game from what they used from their previous one. So it's going to be a much better experience. It's going to be
Interesting.
graphically a lot better.
Because we were
I'd say.
kind of talking about that, how their games are very good, but they're very much the same the whole
Oh,
way.
they've got so much money now though. They've done so well. Like they can afford it.
Like I'm after playing the game, I just want to buy all their games. And that's
And
Is
straight
that
up.
the first Telltale
You
you've played?
can.
I played a little bit of Walking Dead, but it was on Xbox 360. It was very glitchy and just wasn't worth the effort. Like,
Have you seen? And I forgive me if the price is wrong. For about €30, you can buy everything.
No, I didn't.
I think that was
it's on. No, it's on the Easter store. It's still there.
Oh,
So that's Wolf Amongst Us,
Yeah.
The Walking Dead's, and
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
And Tales of the Borderlands.
Tales from the Borderlands, and there's another one I think.
I think you get the season passes as well,
Oh,
so you'll have all three of those for
very
30
bad.
quid.
Will Batman be released episodically?
Yes, but that's where Telltale operates.
And how? What's the? Because I've only come to Telltale games late.
So have I. I've never looked up how
What's the gap between them?
frequent. It'll be a couple of
I
weeks.
don't
if
know.
not.
I honestly don't know. I think it might be a couple of months.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I probably. Ooh, wait.
But it might be something you play over a year. You're like, oh, the new episode's out
Yeah,
now. I can,
true.
You know, it might be.
But you forget all your decisions.
No, they always remind you. They
it's
always
like
remind
previously
you.
on.
Okay.
And they do your previously on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you remind yourself. So yeah, I think it might be an interesting way to play it.
And what did it? How did it release the episodes when they're brand new? Like what price? Because at the minute they're all $4.99.
Well, if you buy the season pass, then you'll know. You'll have paid for it already.
Okay.
Also, what I think is kind of cool, they've only done it with Walking Dead, but Walking Dead season 1, if you play that first, right,
It imports.
then if you play it on the same system, all the decisions you made in season 1 affect season 2.
Yes, Jay was telling me that.
Yeah.
I actually piggybacked on Jay for a while. Was watching him play The Walking Dead during the week.
He did, yeah. He was watching me for a bit. We were freaking out together. It was fun, yeah.
I'd say you were doing most of the freaking out for him, right?
Who's that guy? Why is he doing that?
He's like, she's only a little girl.
Yeah. I was disgusted by the antics.
Not by me, by the other characters.
Yeah.
I should hope.
Yeah. There's a lot thrust on her little shoulders. Don't do that, Francis. Okay, last bit of news so I can stop talking. Luke Cage. Netflix has unveiled a 20-second teaser trailer for Luke Cage. Luke is standing in a boxing gym, gets shot at, remarks about having to buy new clothes all the time, and then sends the man through a window. Ends with cringy rap music of some description.
I don't need to see the trailer now, do I?
No, you don't. That's the entire trailer.
Do you think that's the Daredevil boxing gym?
No, I think it's his own in Harlem, I think is where he's from.
Harlem is where it's
Yeah. So that's it. We'll expect that in September. 30th September is rolling around in my head. I think it's around then. So we'll see that then. And I guess we'll talk about that more whenever we get to talk
when
about
it's coming
Daredevil.
up. Yeah. Alright, that's the news.
That's me done. Finito.
Very good. Thank you very, very much. Right. So, as I said at the start of the episode, we're going to be talking about Marvel and DC and their extended universes. Because I think it's kind of interesting because now we're at a point where Marvel is really well established.
Yeah.
And DC is just starting.
Yeah.
Okay. So, first, I want to know what has taken DC so long. I mean, their first film in the extended universe was Man of Steel, which was 2013.
Yeah.
Iron Man, the first Iron Man film, was 2008.
Yeah.
And then there was 7 films came out in the Marvel Cinematic Universe before Man of Steel. So what was taking DC so long?
I don't know. I'm guessing it has a lot to do with the companies behind the scenes and who owns the rights to what and who wants to do what. But also, I'd say what messed them up is they couldn't get Christian Bale on board, because if they did and he was the Batman for this movie, it would have made sense and they would have had 3 movies
in their back
already in the back catalogue.
Yeah, that's true.
So they would have had that to their name. Also, the Green Lantern was completely and utterly fudged up, and they don't want to include that at all.
I don't think they could have used Christian Bale though.
Why not?
Because at the end of The Dark Knight Returns, Bruce Wayne
is dead. Spoiler.
No, he's not.
He is.
No,
officially he is.
Everyone thinks he is. He
He's off in like Monaco with Catwoman.
Yeah, but that wouldn't have affected the story too much. He could have made a comeback.
But everyone in society thinks Bruce Wayne is dead.
Bruce Wayne, not Batman. They think Bruce Wayne is dead, and they know Batman.
And what's stopping him coming back? They thought he was dead already at the start of it when he went missing.
Yeah,
for years.
but
he
the
can just
point
come back
is-
and say, "No, I was off on my
Yeah,
yacht
but
in
this film
place."
is very much it features Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent being like rivals as well.
I know that. I definitely don't agree with what way you're going there, because he easily could have come back. It could be 5 or 10 years since he came back, and he could have been well established again. I don't see the problem, because he's meant to be an older Bruce Wayne.
Be like classic Bruce pretending to die and coming back again. Like, what will you do next?
Yeah, but if they did another Dark Knight trilogy, like they did another one of those, he easily could have come back to be Batman again. They could have found a reason that he had to come back, and then all of a sudden, no, I've just been out with these,
Or it could have been
the Russian ballet on my yacht.
Could have been Joseph Gordon-Levitt. could have taken up the mantle of Batman.
He would have been a crap Batman.
He would have, yeah. I'm just saying, just possibilities.
See, he's left the Sandman project.
Did he?
Yeah, creative differences.
It's never good.
Yeah, but anyway, I think they've been just littered with kind of mediocre movies that they couldn't use. Maybe there wasn't a vision.
Marvel
do you
had a
think
vision.
Hey! Do you think their Green Lantern film was an attempt at starting the extended universe?
Yeah, I think it was,
just
and I think
tanked.
they're trying to disown it now because it was so terrible. Because that would have been great. They would have had 3 Batman movies. They would have had the Green Lantern as well. So they had a Superman movie. Like that's 3 of the big hitters already. They would have been well on their way.
Yeah.
They would have been slightly behind, but they would have been well on their way.
Yeah. No, they definitely would have. What do you think, Fran?
That
do you
all
think it
sounds very,
matters?
very credible. Also, another part of it could be like, well, Marvel are doing it, so we can't do it yet. Like, we can't just be seen to copy them. So, like, how long is it? 5 years. 5 years is a good amount of time.
Yeah. A part of me thinks that it was they were just sitting back and going, right, let's let them take the first plunge and let's see if they
Test the
succeed or
waters.
fail, test the waters, and then they saw like Avengers came out in 2012. Then they were like, whoa, holy shit, this is making a huge amount of money.
Yeah.
Let's get in on this.
Yeah,
They started with Man of Steel.
Because I do remember when, what's it called? The Will Smith movie where he...
I'm Legend.
I'm Legend.
It was hinted then.
Hinted on the billboard, and everyone was freaking
Yeah,
out. And it was
yeah.
like 1 year passed, and 2 year passed, and 3 years
Where's
passed.
the news?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no news.
No news. Shows how long they've been thinking about it though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
also could mean that the zombie apocalypse is about to break out any day now.
Oh shit. Well, we're prepared.
I'm surprised more people haven't been talking about that actually.
So do you think, because again, let's just take stock, right? I'm not going to name them all, but there's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 Marvel movies have come out, and 2 on the way this year.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the public are suffering Marvel fatigue at all? Are we starting to get a little bit like, I'm looking forward to Batman and Superman because it's new and different and it's a different universe?
We'll see what the box office figures are to answer that question, but I'd say it's going to do quite well. Civil War will do very well.
Well, I don't think it's a question of that. I think I'm just wondering, do you think Marvel are going to start suffering now because DC are new and people are going to be like, oh yeah, the DC movies, and then they go see a Marvel movie and maybe it won't be as shiny?
It's hard to answer before we actually see Batman v Superman. It's hard to answer because if that tanks, then their plans are waylaid. If it does really well, it's a 2-horse race.
I don't think it's going to tank though. I really don't think it's
so
going to tank. Like, no, I think it's going to be okay. Because I think
Yeah.
anyone who's already seen it have been raving about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not only that, but I mean, Suicide Squad is a cert. It's coming out later this year. Wonder Woman is definitely coming out. They're filming it. I'm not sure if they're finished yet, but like they have footage has been released of the Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah.
And as well, there's going to be a Justice League movie in 2017, as well as Wonder Woman. So I mean, I think it's kind of a thing. It has to work for DC.
Plus, they've already broke all the records for pre-book tickets.
Yeah.
For opening weekend, yeah. So
Yeah, they have.
Straight
So
away.
it's looking good, but we have to wait and see. But like, in terms of the battle between the two of them, I've always kind of felt like Marvel got there first and they had their movies, but I always felt like, and this is before the DC universe was kind of coming into existence,
Before.
when the Chris Nolan movies were out, my feeling was, okay, Marvel have this and they're starting this off and it's looking great, but I definitely prefer the Chris Nolan trilogy as a superhero.
And Christopher
movies.
Nolan is a consulting producer on most of the DC Extended Universe films.
Yeah,
interesting.
which is good to know.
They trust him.
Yeah, so I kind of felt like I liked where they were going with it. I preferred those movies. Now, they've definitely done... Marvel's definitely bubblegum. They're aiming at the kids. It's very funny, which is... There's nothing wrong with that. We're all enjoying it.
I don't think they're totally aiming at the kids. They're just more making it more accessible to kids. I think they're aiming at us.
They're not looking at an R rating. There's not going to be an R rating for...
No, but not everything that's aimed at adults has to be R-rated.
No, it doesn't, but that's what I'm saying. But the Marvel universe is definitely trying to market kids more than the DC universe is.
I'd agree.
And always has been. And the DC movies always have a darker, more serious tone. So Marvel have been aiming for
Perfect Green Lantern.
I was going to say
Green Lantern, but that's,
really.
they're not counting that as the universe at all. So
Don't make me green.
yeah,
Or animated.
but yeah, Marvel is aiming at the kids. Everything's bright, everything's colourful, everything's toys. Everything's funny. There's lots of jokes. I mean, if if you boil down the amount of jokes in a Marvel movie, there's tons. Like, they're trying to entertain and make everyone laugh. Whereas DC are going with a much, much darker
The laughs are
tone, serious
far
tone.
few, very few.
Yeah.
Between.
I don't remember any funny moments from Man of Steel, for example.
No, that's a Superman movie. I mean, Superman is as camp as they come when it comes to heroes. Like, so
Not this one.
not this one. It's more dark and serious. Yeah. So they've polar opposites in their intent there, I think, as well. But I think they're aiming DC more at adults and making kind of serious pieces of cinema, as opposed to
I'm all for that.
the Marvel. Like Chris Nolan's trilogy, he was definitely making a piece of cinema. Like, he was trying to make
and
cinema
like
gold.
that's universally accepted as a very good trilogy.
Yeah.
You know, it features regularly in best films of all time. Blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. Whereas you don't like Avengers is never gonna. It'll make the list near the bottom.
It's fun, and
it's
this
more of
it's,
a nod to it. Like, it's not
yeah,
gonna be,
yeah,
it's not gonna
Marvel
be top
universe
20.
is more like a Michael Bay universe. There's lots of explosions and lots of carnage, and it's fun to watch, and everyone loves it. But it's not trying to write the Oscar-winning movie.
Ant-Man was the last straw for me.
Really,
I just thought it was just. Oh man, it could have been an Agents of Shield half-an-hour episode, and it would have been more than enough for me.
could have been. Yeah,
I don't think it justified the entire movie. Do you know what I mean?
No, at the same time though, it was quite funny and I was entertained. But afterwards,
It was the most comedic Marvel movie up to that point, I think.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
But put it this way, I went to go see The Dark Knight Rises in Dublin in the cinema, and after it finished, there was silence. Everyone got up, everyone clapped. That has never happened for a single Marvel movie. Like, everyone just got up and started clapping, and it was almost like we all had the idea before we even did it.
Yeah.
Like,
I
you're
think that's
not going to
weird.
do that. It was weird, but at the same time, everyone who was there kind of felt like we've just seen a good piece of film, like something that's well written, a strong story. I don't think we're quite getting that from Marvel. So in a lot of ways, Marvel might be winning in pure numbers and the fact that they came to the race first. But if you're including Christopher Nolan's trilogy,
Which isn't
including that, but if you are including that tone, which is what they're going with, that direction, then DC might eventually get the upper hand in terms of awards and, you know,
But
recognition.
then let's make the comparisons a bit more fair. Let's compare look. DC Extended Universe only have their first film out.
Yeah, which is
So
why
let's compare Iron Man, the film,
Yes.
first film, to Man of Steel, which now I haven't seen either in a while. Which is the better movie? I know what I want to say. I just don't want to colour either of your.
Oh
opinions.
damn, Daniel.
I quite liked Man of Steel, but I know that's not a popular opinion.
I really like Man of Steel.
I quite liked it.
I think we all do, but I agree. It's not a popular opinion.
See,
I
Iron
like
Man
it.
was so fresh at the time. It was completely new.
Yeah.
It was a whole
Yeah.
different whole superhero thing.
It's a hard question to ask. If you asked me about the first the first Captain America movie, the first Avenger, I'd say no, Man of Steel's better.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
like the first Avenger.
Neither did I.
If you're asking me Iron Man,
I really
See, that's
liked
what I mean.
Iron Man.
Iron Man was its first attempt because it was at the end.
Okay,
of Iron
so
Man.
are we judging it as a first attempt?
We're judging it as the film that establishes their upcoming cinematic universe, extended universe, whatever. So, how does Man of Steel does it establish a new universe compared to how Iron Man establishes a new universe?
I think it.
I think Iron Man might have the lead
I
in
think so
that
too.
category, especially because of the post-credit
Yeah.
general. What you call him? General?
Oh, in terms of setting up everything.
Oh, Nick Fury
No, the Hulk guy. He's at the end.
of Iron Man.
Yeah.
Oh, the general.
Yeah, he comes
Yeah,
in and
yeah.
asks for Iron Man's help.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I think in its intent, Iron Man was better in that regard because you knew there was something else coming up. They had a plan. Whereas with Man of Steel, it's almost like they had the Man of Steel movie and went, "Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What if it's a universe?"
Yeah.
Afterwards,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
planning it. You know,
It
so
could
there
have been
wasn't
a
a.
completely standalone
Which
movie.
it probably was.
But no, I don't think
It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with that.
No,
it's just
no.
the way that it.
What are you going to say,
turned out.
Connor?
I don't think. I think they had the plan for Batman vs Superman. I think they had the plan to make an extended universe.
Do you think so?
I do. Yeah, it just because there was too many times where it'd be blinking, you'd miss it, but you'd see like, oh, there's a Wayne Tech logo, and I know that could be just
True,
putting
but
that
they do
in.
that in everything.
I know they do that in everything, and I know there's a certain amount that would be just Easter eggs for the eagle-eyed viewer, and then
Yeah,
there's a certain amount that would be, oh, we're doing this so that when we bring Batman vs Superman,
It's
whatever,
credible,
it's credible. What's the better movie just all around? Forget about establishing universe. What's a better film, Man of Steel or Iron Man? I'm gonna start. I'm just gonna say Iron Man. I think it's more. I think Iron Man himself is more relatable, especially in the first, we'll say, third of the film.
Okay.
I think I care more about I nearly said Robert Downey Jr. I care more.
Same person.
It's the Dennis Quaid, Kevin Costner thing. Except he's actually the same person. I care more about Tony Stark than I do Clark Kent.
Oh yeah, but we've discussed
Clark,
Superman not being likable.
Non-relatable.
We kind of trashed him a bit as well. Like, he is the ultimate superhero, but
that's
we
the
kind of
problem.
trashed him.
I would watch the Iron Man movie again quicker than I would the Man of Steel movie, but I would still watch the Man of Steel movie, but it'd have to be in the right frame of mind.
Yeah.
I
You'd
couldn't
have
just
to
sit down
watch
and
it knowing you were going to watch it.
Do you know what? My heart says Iron Man.
Does your heart go on?
Yeah. My heart says Iron Man. That's the easiest thing that comes to mind. And as Fran said, I'd easily watch the first Iron Man before I'd watch Man of Steel again. But my head is kind of saying Superman, because it did something new with the character, did something dark, and it established a realistic universe.
Yeah.
I can believe that this is happening in the Man of Steel universe. Whereas, no matter how good any of the Marvel movies are, I still know it's a made-up universe, and I don't quite believe it. You have to make certain jumps yourself. Whereas in this DC universe, I can believe it's really happening. And if there really was a Superman in the world, what effect that would have on the world. And I think we're going to see that more in Batman v Superman, because we're either going to see, or we are going to see some sort of cult. I don't know whether it's going to be in like a flash forward or a hypothetical capacity,
It's in the ad,
or
isn't
a
it?
dream
You see the
sequence.
bunch of people.
Yeah, and Batman's in the sand or something, and Superman drops down, and
he has this kind of like desert tan.
yeah, and there's all these followers that have like S symbols emblazoned. So it's kind of like if Superman becomes Hitler-esque, like if he takes over the world. I think that universe is more realistic. If there was someone with Superman's powers alive right now, God, you'd have to tackle some of those issues, and there would be people that would follow him like a god.
Yeah.
There would be.
Another thing is, which makes it possibly a more enjoyable cinema experience, and enjoyable is going to sound like a weird word, but in terms of what you take away from it, when you sit down to watch one of those DC movies, there is a realistic fear that someone will properly die.
Yeah.
Whereas in Marvel, like 99% of these people are going to get through. The other 1% is going to be made up out of people who are going to die. We're not going to see them on camera, or they'll be brought back to life.
There's more threat of
there
something
is. It's a
happen.
real credible
But
threat.
saying that though, someone died in the last Avengers movie, and if rumors are to believe, someone could die in the next one, unless that's just like a red herring being thrown out there. But I think you're right. I think you're not expecting people to die in the Marvel universe, but in DC it could be quite possible. I don't know.
But maybe that's one thing Marvel has going for it. Maybe it's kind of like I think it's a case of when, not if. When a major character dies in any of the upcoming Marvel films, you have Civil War, which is basically an Avengers film.
Yeah.
Then you have the two Infinity War films.
Yeah.
I think something's going to happen. I think it's going to take us by surprise so much more. It's going to be so much like, oh God, this is really, really bad.
Yeah.
Compared to...
But when we get to that point, Marvel will have about 20 odd movies out. Someone should have died in those 20 movies. The amount of world catastrophes that are going on.
Okay, so first of all, this year, right, there's both franchises have a versus film coming out.
Yeah, they do.
Right,
similar tone as well. How does Hollywood
very
do?
different.
Espionage.
But what I think is interesting is that Civil War, that is it's not old, but that's a well-established storyline and event that happened in Marvel comics for a while. Batman vs Superman, that's just it's happened as well.
I have the number. I have the year.
Yeah, do you?
86.
86.
That's been around. That's been,
well before
that storyline's older than us people.
Yeah, there you go. But I don't know. What was I going to say? Is this? Do you think they both released the versus film the same year, intentionally to kind of?
Inception. It's a versus film.
It's a versus film versus a versus film.
Okay.
And if they did do that, why would they? And if they didn't, why have they not moved one of the films out of it?
It could be organic, or what's more likely is that it's to do with Hollywood espionage, which happens. Because if you think about the year that there was 2 Hercules movies, think about the year that there was 2, was it Sleeping Beauty or Snow White movies?
Yeah.
Which one was that? Snow White?
There was Snow White and the Huntsman.
Yeah.
Which was the one with Kristen Stewart. And what was the other one?
Was it Snow White?
Snow White and the Huntsman, and then there was another one, and I think what's her name with the red hair? I can't think of her name now. Pretty Woman.
Julia
Julia Roberts. She was in it, and she
Yes.
No. Oh.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
That was called Mirror Mirror.
it
I
didn't
think.
do well,
Yes,
but it was
yes,
the same
you're
year,
right.
Yeah.
and
Very
based on the same
CW.
thing. And then there was also another year
That's getting a sequel. Snow White and the Huntsman.
It
But
is,
it's,
yeah,
It's
but
not Snow
without-
White. It's just the Huntsman.
In the winter.
without
season.
Kirsten
Yeah.
Stewart's
Yeah.
moany face. There was also another year where there was like a rom-com movie. One of them had Natalie Portman and Ashton Kutcher.
No strings attached.
One of them
and
had Mila
Friends of
Kunis.
Benefits.
Yes.
Yes.
More or less exactly the same, except one of them had a twist at the end, but it was the same thing. Now, when those types of movies come out, that's due to Hollywood espionage. Someone has gone in, found out what one company's doing, they steal the idea, and they make a similar movie, and then they come out around the same time. It happens too often for it not to be true.
Oh yeah.
So there's a good enough chance that that's going on between Marvel and DC in the movie world, or else it just happened organically. I don't know, but whatever way you think about it, this year is the year the heroes are fighting heroes.
Oh yeah. And the next couple of years are the years where there's going to be multiple heroes just everywhere. Like I looked ahead to see what's been officially
Announced.
not just announced, but given a date
Okay.
and said this is definitely happening.
Yeah.
Right. There's a lot of films that are saying we want to do this before this time. Like for example, I didn't write down. There's going to be a solo Batman film and a Man of Steel sequel.
Yeah.
Like basically a solo Superman film before 2020.
Yeah.
But we don't know when. So
That's a narrow window, actually.
it
Think
is
about it.
very, very. I mean, that's less than 4 years.
Yeah.
Well,
And
not
Zack
less-
Snyder would probably be on both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So like, if you look right, so this year alone, we have Civil War, Doctor Strange, Batman vs Superman, Suicide Squad. Right.
Yeah.
Next year we have Guardians of the Galaxy 2,
Yeah.
solo Spider-Man film,
Mm-hmm.
Thor Ragnarok, Wonder Woman solo film, and the first part of a Justice League two-parter.
Mm-hmm.
Then 18 we have Black Panther solo film, Avengers Infinity War Part 1, Ant-Man and the Wasp, a Flash solo film, an Aquaman solo film. Like it just keeps it's I'm starting to get confused.
What a time to be alive.
I know. And then 2019 we're gonna have Captain Marvel. Sorry, this is obviously Marvel. Captain Marvel, Avengers Infinity War Part 2, and the Inhumans. And then
Which is their kind of version of...
Inhumans are
They're doing
a
that in
Marvel
Agents
thing.
of S.H.I.E.L.D., aren't they?
They're kind of like they're kind of
X-Men.
like
It's like a safer version
of
of
X-Men.
X-Men.
There's an X-Men TV show.
Yeah, but
coming
the
as well.
Inhumans have been around since like in Marvel Comics since the 60s
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they
okay.
can't touch them.
because
Yeah,
Fox
so
owned
this
the
is
X-Men
like this kind of way around it, isn't it? Like, we'll just do this.
basically. We'll just do the Inhumans.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fine. And then DC Extended Universe. They're having two films in 2019: Shazam, which is bizarre,
Yeah.
and Justice League
With The
Part 2
Rock.
with the Rock.
But then they might revamp him a bit, might he? Because
He's
Oh,
already
we'll
been
see.
revamped because he used to be called Captain Marvel, I'm going to say.
He was, yeah.
But now he's called Shazam. It was kind of confusing anyway. But
I think Captain Marvel sounds better than Shazam.
Yeah,
I prefer
there's a
Shazam.
Captain-
Really?
yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
prefer
do too.
Shazam.
I do too.
Yeah,
Oh, hi,
I do.
bitch, can you go, Brad? And then
Shazam
finally,
though, it's like, what's that? Shazam. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I think there's a reason though. It's like he has the
He has to say Shazam.
each letter represents the abilities of
the strength
God.
of...
the strength. H is Hercules. I know. He has the strength of Hercules and the
the speed of someone, the
might of Zeus.
Yeah.
The strength of Mercury. I don't know something, but it's there's a reason.
oh,
For
okay.
each
There's a reason for
letter.
it. I swear. And finally, then in 2020, there's going to be a cyborg from DC solo film. There's nothing as of yet announced for Marvel in 2020. But like,
Yeah,
there's so much coming out.
No Green Lantern there in the DC
Green
side.
Lantern Corps is somewhere, but they haven't given. I didn't write. I didn't. It doesn't have a year, and it doesn't have.
So he could just rock up in the Justice League movies with no
Yeah.
backstory.
Yeah, and as well as that, interesting. It's not a Green Lantern movie they're going to do.
Green Lantern Corps.
It's Green Lantern Corps. they're gonna
Oh.
do. So there's going to be multiple Green Lanterns.
Do you think will they do Jon Stewart, or will they do...
No idea.
So I was just thinking, besides you mentioning the Cyborg movie, they've got no one who isn't white on the cast at all.
So Hal Jordan can be...
I think they might not do Hal. Well, they'll have Cyborg anyway, but yeah.
I can't remember where, but somewhere it might have been in a Batman vs Superman trailer. Somewhere, there's a clip where they're in a bar or something, and there's somebody wearing a leather jacket that says Jordan on it.
That's Arrow or Flash.
No, I think it was a film. It might have been though, Arrow or Flash.
Oh, it easily could have been. Yeah.
Anyway, look, there's hints of Hal Jordan appearing somewhere, but yeah, no, there's a lot going on. Last thing and just a fact I'm gonna point out.
Go on.
Right, Avengers have been building up or Avengers, sorry, Marvel have been building up to their Infinity War 2-parter.
Yeah.
Over 13 films.
Yeah.
The first teaser for the Infinity War coming was the very end of the first Avengers film when you saw Thanos turn around.
Yeah.
And you're like, they're doing Infinity War. And then there was Iron Man 3, Thor 2, Cap 2, Guardians, Avengers 2. You see,
but actually, there was hinted before that, because in Thor, the Infinity Gauntlet was there. You got to see it.
Yeah, the other Infinity Gauntlet. Meanwhile, for their for DC's big 2-parter, it's only going to take them 3 films. If
you know what, though?
If you include 4 if you include Man of Steel.
We know that Marvel's building up to Infinity War. We don't know that DC's building up to a big DC storyline.
We know they're building up to just a 2-parter Justice League.
Yeah, but we don't know what the storyline's going to be based on. We haven't a clue. So we're not actually building up to anything.
No,
yet.
That's true.
Plus,
so they're not doing anything similar, are they, at all?
Well, Marvel, you could make the argument that Marvel have been getting the mass population ready, getting them mentally ready that this is what they're doing.
Yeah.
Whereas DC just have to tap into the same stream that, like, we're kind of doing what Marvel's doing. We don't need to do as much of it because you already have that hype.
You've done our legwork.
Yeah. Like, they don't need to ease people into it anymore.
Well, most people don't know the difference between Marvel and DC.
The way I always explain it is, name the 3 most famous superheroes. The first 2 are DC. Everything after that is Marvel.
Yeah,
everyone says Superman, Batman, and then
start naming
Spider-Man or Iron Man or Hulk. Or
yeah. But most people won't know. Like, okay, we're going to know, and most people that we're kind of friendly with would know. But the general populace, they might necessarily know Batman isn't in the same universe as Wolverine. That might be news to them. Yeah. So as far as they're concerned, any publicity for superheroes is publicity for DC in general. So might be doing their work for them.
Yeah. Well, I think that's kind of it. Is there any last little bits you want to say about Marvel and DC, and what is there anything you're really looking forward to, or that you think is? Do you think either of them are going to fail at any particular film? Is there a film you're going, that's not going to do well? You're both looking at my little list.
I am, and I can't read your writings. I don't know why I'm bothering, but
it's quite tiny,
and I'm looking at it sideways. But no, I'm enjoying where I am now. I'm hopeful for the future. I'm really hoping the next 2 DCs don't tank, because I'd like to see what the rest of them can come up with.
Where that's going.
And this could damage them. So if either Batman v Superman is bad or Suicide Squad is bad, it could damage what DC have planned, and I'm hoping that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I'm very excited about 90% of that list. The Ant-Man film, I'm not a fan, so I'm kind of like, that would need to be very good to get me to go. Either that would need to be very good or integral to the overarching Marvel storyline for me to go. Right now,
but Ant-Man is going to be in Civil War, so he might redeem himself in your eyes.
No, Paul Rudd, brilliant. Ant-Man is a superhero, pretty good.
Well, I've never liked Ant-Man as a superhero at all.
But after the movie, like, I can see why you'd want to bring Ant-Man onto the team.
Oh, his powers are useful.
Yeah, and he's filling a gap in their skill set.
Yeah.
But right now, either the Ant-Man movie would have to be phenomenal, or it would have to be integral to the overarching Marvel plot for me to go and see it.
It is in between. There's only 2 films between Infinity War Part 1 and 2, and that's Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is the official title. It's not Ant-Man 2. It's Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then Captain Marvel, and then it's Avengers.
Is Captain Marvel male or female?
Female.
She's female now.
And might be played by Ronda Rousey, the MMA fighter. Rousey, am I saying that?
Rousey. Okay. It was something that a fan put up, and I think everyone jumped on board after that. I think she got a bit of traction with it, and I think, like, whatever the producers are or the director,
well, they haven't said no.
On it. They haven't said no, but they haven't said yes either. But these things tend to not work out. I wouldn't hold your breath. She looks the part. Not a great actress yet, though. Like, but I've seen her in 2 movies.
Oh, is she?
I've seen her in 2 movies. Mightn't be enough yet. She hasn't had a massive role in either.
What movie? I saw her in Entourage where she's playing herself.
Okay,
so that doesn't really count.
That's all.
What did you see her?
I saw her in Expendables, which isn't acting.
Didn't see that.
Great in the action scenes. I also seen her in the last what's it called? Fast and Furious. I saw her in the last one of them. She was a bodyguard in it, and she had a big fight with what's her name?
Michelle Rodriguez.
Yes, Michelle Rodriguez. Big fight scene with Michelle Rodriguez, and which was good as well. But I haven't seen her play a part, do a bit of acting. She's always like someone who can kick ass, which is great. Which you need in Captain Marvel, but you're also going to need an actress. But I think Captain Marvel was originally a man.
I think he was.
I think, and then she succeeded by a woman.
He was Captain Marvel, I think.
Miss Marvel became Captain Marvel.
Yes,
I think that's what happened.
What were you say? Is the year of?
I don't know. I decided I don't want to finish that sentence.
How PC was that sentence?
You know when Fran doesn't want to say it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Fill in the blank as you see fit. But I shall
No, don't do that. Let's move quickly on before he decides to pluck up the courage to say it then.
And we can't miss a segment again.
And we can't miss the segment again. Well, no, we're doing good for time. Fran,
Yes.
do you want to count us in for your theme song for this segment? If you remember what we're supposed to do.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Tried something nerdy, I liked it.
Right, guys, I'm going to start this segment with a question.
Mm-hmm.
What does this podcast and Dublin Chinese takeaway have in common?
We're both greasy and cheap and fulfilling.
And not good for you?
Close.
We don't give you gastro problems though.
Yeah,
I
yes,
think.
yes. Well, as of today, we are potentially offering 3-in-1s.
Okay.
Do you know what a 3-in-1 is?
Yeah.
Does it involve a spice bag or
It's
something?
like chips,
curry,
and rice.
rice.
Okay.
What
Am I the
I'm
chips?
offering you today, guys, is a 3-in-1. It's tried something nerdy, part book review, and the third option is a potential new candidate for the Geek Hall of Fame.
Okay, there's a lot going on here.
Yes, exactly.
He's
So-
ticking all the boxes
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a theme tune for Geek Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Geek Hall of Fame.
Right, done. Two.
Tried something nerdy, Hall of Fame.
Okay, guys. So I want to talk to you about a man called Steve Cam. Have you heard of him?
Never.
Well, you
Spell
should
the
do.
name there.
K-A-M-B.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. So Steve started off as a 5'1", skinny, acne-riddled nerd.
Right.
He now is 5'11", and he's one of the biggest names in fitness.
Hold on. How did he get taller?
Well, as a teenager.
Oh, right.
Jesus, we were all 5'1". At some point in our lives, we were all 5'1".
Yeah, I had to make it sound epic. Right?
If you work hard and exercise, you can get taller.
That's the message you were portraying. I was like, what? He must have had that surgery where they extend his
That
shins.
has to go in our title. Exercise can make you taller.
Yeah, there we go. That's our funny title.
So basically, Steve Cam as a teenager was your quintessential nerd.
Yeah.
As I said, he was only 5'1", he was skinny, he was acne riddled, and he had a serious love for video games.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, he now stands at 5'11".
Did exercise get rid
He's
of his acne
acne
scars?
free. No, because he actually says says in his book was actually a few rounds of Roaccutane.
Right.
That's
Is that,
besides
is
the
that
point.
acidy stuff? What is that?
No, it's medication for
Right,
acne.
okay.
And he is the brain behind the worldwide fitness phenomenon that is nerdfitness.com.
Oh, I stumbled across that website
So
recently.
did I.
Is this something to do with that zombie app you guys had for running?
No.
No,
Although that would totally fit in.
that
this
would
remit.
fit. I'm currently using that.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's good. But basically, I stumbled across it. I was just doing some general webbing,
Yeah.
and I stumbled across nerdfitness.com.
Yeah.
And basically, it's a massive online community that aims to help people improve their fitness, whatnot. But they are very nerd centric, and everything is done in a geeky, completely over the top kind of nerd manner.
Alright.
Do we need to state here we're not being paid to say this? Is that a thing we do that?
Okay, we're not. being
We've
paid
just
to-
done it.
You just
We've
did.
just done it.
Go on.
So anyway, I stumbled across this ages ago. I had a look around the website, thought it was kind of cool. Joined up to sign the mailing list, the newsletter. So I was getting newsletters. And next thing, he announced that he was releasing a book, and the name of the book was Level Up Your Life. Which I thought was very cool name.
Nice.
Did I see this on your reading?
Yes, my two read list.
That's definitely a meme. I don't age anymore. I just level up. Isn't that a...
Yeah.
So the website is dedicated to helping nerds, desk jockeys, and self-aware robots to level up their lives, and that's kind of where the name of the book comes from. So anyway, he announced he was releasing this book. It's called Level Up Your Life. I have it here.
Oh!
I love
Oh,
the
Now,
brilliant.
I'll put pictures up on Twitter.
Describe
of
the front cover.
The cover is basically your quintessential superhero wearing a suit, revealing his superhero suit underneath, which is the
He's
Superman.
pulling apart
the
his
Superman,
shirt.
the
Yeah,
Superman thing. And instead of Superman logo, it says "Level Up Your Life," and you can see the Nerd Fitness logo is very cool.
Yeah,
there.
That is a cool logo.
Now the full title
take
is a bit of a mouthful. It's "Level Up Your Life: How to Unlock Adventure and Happiness by Becoming the Hero of Your Own Story.
Cool.
Okay.
Now,
Fran, you've got a lot of sticky notes hanging out of there.
yeah, these are all little things I want to talk about.
Oh.
God.
Okay. Now,
He actually prepared this week.
No, I'm just thinking it was like, you have 20 minutes.
no,
We can do it, we can do it.
Right.
We
Basically,
have 20 minutes left.
Yeah.
Oh, that's loads of time.
I know. Yeah.
so I
not
saw this
50
book. It was coming out. It was in America.
hardback.
His Twitter campaign had a massive thing where, like, you know, you tweet a picture of you with the book, etc.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Standard advertising, whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, right, and I just totally bought into the hype. I was like, right, I want this book. I need this book. I want this book. Not available in Ireland. It wasn't available in Ireland until I think March. Now I was like looking on Book Depository, looking on Amazon, etc., and neither of them were offering me possibilities. So I rang.
Flew over to.
I rang a bookshop in town.
Yeah.
And I asked them if they had this book, and they looked on the system and they said, "Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, we have it in our English warehouse or whatever. They're okay.
Right.
Oh, we can get it over for if you want."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh yeah, cool." Now I knew there's 2 editions. There's this beautiful edition,
Yes.
and then there was a book that he released of the same name. Kind of, this is an updated version.
The
of
same book, or
yeah, more or less,
right,
it's slightly
okay.
more updated, but it doesn't look as cool. And
You want that one.
I wanted this one.
We
So-
do use books as fashion accessories.
I know,
don't
yeah,
we?
it's beautiful. though. And look at the inside and everything. It's
Ah, no,
amazing.
It's kind of Harry Potter-esque.
Yeah, and it's
very
like,
pretty.
and look, I turned the page, Level Up Your Life. It's written like kind of like comic book.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's
nice.
very nerdy, like it's brilliant. But anyway, I agreed. I was like, oh yeah, order that for me. I'm happy. As soon as I hung up the phone, I was like, what if it's the other book? It's not the book I want.
Then you
So,
give it to someone as a gift, and you wait for the other one.
At this stage, I'd given them my name, my phone number, and everything.
So they could track you down.
So I was like, oh man, I don't want that one. I want the pretty book. I'm so superficial. I want the pretty book. So in the next couple of days, I just happened to be in town, and I was near this bookshop, and I went in and I was looking around. I was like, you know, I could ask them if they have this book, then ask them what version it is, and then I will know
Yeah.
if I'm getting the book that I want.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now this is completely aside, but this just shows how socially awkward I can be at times.
Yeah,
So I
it's
rock
very-
up to the
very funny.
inquiry desk.
Yeah.
There's a man there, and I was like, I was just wondering, would you mind checking your inventory to see if you have a book?
Checking your inventory.
And he was like, certainly, sir. So he goes, what's the name of the author? And I said, oh, Steve Cam. He's like, perfect. And he goes, what's the name of the book? And I was like, Level Up Your Life. And he goes, perfect. And then he goes, oh wait, is it by any chance Level Up Your Life? How to Unlock Adventure and Happiness by Becoming the Hero of Your Own Story? And I was like,
Oh, no.
yes it is. Like, Level Up Your Life is fine though, just abbreviate. And he goes,
Yeah.
what's that about? And I was like, it's a nerd fitness type book. And he's like, okay, fair enough.
Okay.
So he looks it up and he goes, oh no, we don't have it here, but we have it in our English warehouse.
Same thing
And
again.
he goes,
Wait, was it the same shop?
same shop.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
So that's what I was doing. I was going into Scout
Alright,
and
okay,
see if they had it. And
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, do you want us to order it for you? So what would you do in that situation?
But you've already ordered it.
Yeah.
I'd just say, oh, which edition is it? Because I know there's 2.
That's a clever answer. What did I do?
Yes, please.
Okay.
You ordered it twice.
So your man goes,
So
oh,
is
perfect.
this you asking us do one of us want to buy the other copy
No,
of the
because,
book?
what happened was your man goes, okay, I just need to take your name, your phone number.
Same name and same number. No.
So I was there sweating bullets going, why don't I just stop this right now and say to him, I've already ordered this book. It's like,
Yeah.
I can't. So did that, and
You're like the world's most awkward secret agent.
so your man goes, oh, that's fine, that's ordered there for you. And he goes, we'll give you a phone number. We'll give you a call.
A
when it's in."
Call.
And I was like,
Yeah.
perfect. I walked away, went round the corner.
Hang
of.
on.
And cried.
Did you know which edition you were getting at this point?
Oh no, yeah, your man goes
Okay,
to me.
thank
Your
God.
man goes to me. Oh, we got there's one. He goes, they have a newer version out. I'm guessing you want the newer edition.
Yeah.
So I was like, perfect, because the other one was like 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
This is 2016. Like, perfect. The newer edition is exactly what I want. But as I ran around the corner, I was like, oh, bollocks. What am I going to do? Like,
Yeah.
So then I just had this moment of inspiration. Went back up to the counter. I was like, I'm sorry. I was just talking to my girlfriend there, and she actually told me that as a surprise, she God. And the man guy looked at me, and I don't know whether he probably didn't. He looked at me and goes, he looked at me, he's like,
He probably looked, you're getting a book about nerd fitness called
no,
Level Up Your
it's
Life,
not that.
and you
it's
have a
not that.
girlfriend?
He was like, he's like, Yeah. I saw that you ordered it twice.
Oh,
He's like,
no.
So he was probably having an awkward thing in his head going, this guy's already ordered this book. Maybe there's something wrong with him. Maybe I shouldn't.
yeah, so,
Cool, man. Cool. And just order it
so he
again.
goes, no, don't worry, you only get one edition and it's new. And it's like, thanks. And we didn't make any eye contact and we went our separate ways. So I avoided that bullet.
I'd say you'll never go to that shop again.
Yeah, no, I haven't set foot across the door except to collect this beautiful, beautiful book.
Yeah.
So basically, I bought this book thinking that it was a nerd fitness book, but as the extended title will tell you, it's actually a little bit more. It's kind of like a self-help book. Now,
Right.
I have never read or bought a.
I don't really
Self-help.
want to read a self-help.
and neither did I. Right, I read this literally in 1 week, 6 days. Okay, so,
Really?
yeah.
It's quite a chunky book.
Yeah, so you can see it's kind of it's how many pages? About 260 pages, right? Read it in 1 week. The reason being is that to start your journey, and I'm using air quotes here, to start your journey, your epic quest,
They
you
don't
need
say
to have
your
read.
journey, do they?
You need to read the whole book because there's different
Right.
segments, different things. Now, to give you an idea
Okay.
of a few of the titles inside the book, you can hear me turning the pages now. That's high quality paper. The book is broken up into different sections. The first one's called The Call to Adventure.
Okay.
Then you have The Hero's Journey,
Huh.
Crossing the Threshold, Leveling Up, Advancing the Game of Life, Mastering Ordeals, Activate Beast Mode, and The Road Back, Continue or Game Over. Now, throughout the entire book and his website and everything, this guy, Steve, uses references from Star Wars, The Matrix, South Park, James Bond, Jason Bourne, The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, Zelda, The Hunger Games.
So he knows the stuff.
He
like.
knows stuff, and literally there's
Right.
quotes and references peppered throughout the entire book relating to all these things,
Cool.
and that's what makes it really kind of funny. It's like, I never thought of it that way.
Okay. As
For
in
example,
he's doing metaphors. Right,
exactly.
okay, yeah,
He's
yeah.
breaking it down to a nerd's level.
I can get behind that. Okay.
So, like, one of the most recent newsletters I read was him discussing brown rice versus white rice and carbohydrates, and the way he was talking about it in general was think of it as the force. You know, the force we use for good, for bad, etc.
So I need to stay away from brown rice.
No, he's talking carbs.
He's
of
talking
course.
carbs in general. Like you have
Oh,
to use,
right, okay.
use the force correctly. So anyway, I'll give you a bit of Steve's backstory, and then I'll explain how he came to not only developing this book, because everything in this book he's applied to his own life.
Yeah, because one thing was like, when you started off with this, I thought, oh no, this is this fitness guy who saw a niche. I was like, oh, no nerds are talking about this
Yeah,
at all.
yeah, yeah.
So I'm going to get the nerds to buy my book. But it seems like he is a geek himself.
It's not a biography at all, but anything that he pushes in this book, he has tried and tested.
Yeah.
Do you know that way? And he can back it up.
Yeah.
So he started off life, as I said, as a nerd, and he compensated for. I'm going to turn this around. Here we go. Where?
He compensated for.
Let me see. Right. So he started work as a construction company sales rep, and he said that it was a good job, great pay, but he had a crushing feeling that something was wrong and that something wasn't right with his life. Okay, he
Yeah.
couldn't explain it, and he compensated for his sucky day job by playing shit tons of video games.
Yeah.
And he loved video games, and one of his favorite video games is EverQuest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So
yeah.
that's kind of
Oh
massive.
yeah, I know that
so-
is. I know that is.
And he said like he was all about developing his character, upgrading his character's skills, etc. And he basically lived vicariously through this.
Yeah.
Now, what happened then was he had a college friends reunion, and that spurred a massive change because he was inspired to quit his job and move to Atlanta from California.
Big jump.
First of all, big jump geographically. Second of all, the job he was moving to had a 50% pay decrease.
Ooh. Right. Okay.
And he was moving from a fairly solid job to a more flexible job, but it was a job he really liked the idea of. It was working on music festivals on cruise ships.
Oh.
So not just like cruising, it's that you go on this cruise ship for a
Festival.
musical festival. And he said he loved it, even though there was a pay cut, it made him happier and what he wanted to do, and he was seeing different parts of the world, etc. But he had this idea in the back of his head of starting nerdfitness.com because he, as I said, he went from 5'11" skinny nerd to like a pretty buff kind of guy. And he kind of
Well, what was the push for that? What was the moment where he was just like, okay, I'm sick of being nerdy and thin and
he wanted to be on the basketball team and he got cut. And he was like, right, I need to kind of level up my life.
Air quotes, see what you did.
And but basically he said, I want to make it easier for people because he obviously, and everyone does, anyone who's ever tried to do this type of fitness stuff, you make a load of mistakes where
Yeah.
you dedicate months of your life trying one thing, you realise if I just done something else, I would have got the same results in half the time. So he's like, right, I want to make
But
this
Game
straight
Fit's
and simple.
complicated.
Exactly, and he
Yeah.
wants to make it as simple as possible. So he bought the domain for nerdfitness.com, but it was on the back burner while he was doing this musical festival thing. And basically, he kind of one day realized, I need to dedicate myself to this if I want to make a go at it. And what the impetus for that was that his computer completely just gave up the ghost. He played it to death.
Yeah.
So he had a choice of, he didn't really have the money to replace it or fix it, he said. So he just said, I'm giving up on video games and I'll go back to video games when I've spent a decent amount of time working on this concept.
Right.
And basically, I don't think he ever really looked back on them because he just gained and gained and gained and gained.
So he left video games?
But no, he goes back to him, but he says that this is where it came from, right? His idea is that you have to gamify your life. He's like, I spent so much time in the virtual world upgrading my character and spending like a crazy amount of time on minute details of this character's life while ignoring his own life. And he's saying that, like, you know, he loves Jason Bourne, he loves James Bond, but he's like, I should be trying to do in my own life what these guys are doing. And if push came to shove, if I was put in Jason Bourne's situation right now, no matter how much I love the movies, I wouldn't be able to
do any
respond the way he responds. So
Yeah.
that was kind of his motivation. He wanted to become the heroes who he
admired.
Ah.
Now, there's different topics. I'm going to name them out and I want you guys to pick the one you want me to talk about first.
Okay.
Game mechanics, 20 seconds of courage, accountability, underpants gnomes, or archetypes.
Underpants what?
Gnomes.
Well, there we go. Underpants gnomes.
Okay.
What is this?
Underpants gnomes is a chapter in the book and it's taken from a South Park reference. I don't know if you've seen the South Park episode where there's these underpants gnomes.
No.
Well, they keep stealing people's underpants. And it must be one of those kind
Off the line or off their person?
just like, I think in there from, you know when you miss a sock, like, oh, where's my sock gone?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
same
yeah,
kind
yeah,
of concept,
okay,
where's my
okay,
underpants
okay.
gone? And so the underpants gnomes keep stealing their underpants, and they keep stealing their underpants, and they keep stealing underpants. I think the kids must go to talk to underpants gnomes, and like, why are you
I want
stealing
to watch
underpants?
that.
Yeah.
And they're like, step one, collect underpants, and then like step 3 is riches. And they're like, well, what's step 2? They're like, we don't know, we haven't finished step 1 yet.
Yeah.
So Steve Carm's like, you can't be an underpants gnome. You can't keep collecting underpants and never go to the next step.
Yeah,
so he's
yeah.
like, you can read all the websites you want, read all the blogs,
But if you don't actually do the
you
thing.
need to start doing. So he goes, consider this your last underpants. This book is your last underpants. After this, you're moving on to step 2. Step 3 is whatever goal you want to do.
Okay.
Okay, so what next?
Game mechanics.
Game mechanics.
I was thinking 20 seconds of courage, but go on, game mechanics.
Game mechanics is basically he wants you to gamify your life, turn your life into a video game, and apply the same logics. Because he's saying video games are designed in such a way to make people want to succeed. Do you know, like, you start small.
Yeah.
You start by fighting rats in a sewer. You progress at level 50 to fighting dragons.
I'm kind of imagining having like a character sheet for yourself with stats that you can upgrade
That's what
as you
first
go.
thing I was
That's what I'm
thinking.
thinking.
Oh, my
of.
dexterity's quite low. I better start doing more mini games to improve that kind of a thing.
There's a website with this book called levelupyourlife.com where
Yeah.
you can design your own character
Oh, based on yourself.
based on yourself. And
God, that could be depressing.
there's a whole thing in this book about your backstory.
Yeah, yeah.
Designing what your level 50 character is going to look like when you finally achieve that level, and then basically you have to set up quests, and every quest has experience points, and you need 100 experience points to go up one level.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
So
You're basically kind of designing a roadmap for
yeah,
yourself.
basically, or like a skill tree.
I can
Skill
see
tree.
how the RPG gamer in me, if I got into this, would be like, I've got to level up.
That's-
I've got to level
And
up.
he's saying that's how it hooks into you. Like this is the perfect idea for nerds.
Well, I
because
suppose that's the trick, to get yourself hooked on something that's actually
Works
beneficial for you.
you go on
Yeah.
the website, you can see your character.
Yeah.
And you can see your character's name, and you can see your backstory. You can see your level 50 character.
And you've
Then
done all this.
Oh yeah, I've tried all this out. You write all your quests. You can break them down into subcategories.
Yeah, yeah.
And then in those subcategories, you've got miniature quests, which
Yeah.
equals points.
Cool.
You can tick them off. They can be short term, like do this thing once, or they can be long term, like over the next 6 months, do X, Y, and Z. He has in his book and he has on his website samples of stuff he's done.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It totally works though, because you're like, right, I need to level up. I need to do this to level up. If I if I eat this pizza, that's going to affect this. That's going to bring. I'm not going to hit my
But
target.
how intricate is that? As in, like, are you like monitoring like
Do you make
calories
it
and stuff?
Oh no, it's completely up to you. You don't have to do
Right.
anything about fitness. Like you could have.
You can just have it about personal
You could choose
happiness.
this
you could have
level up
personalities, yeah.
intelligence. You go back to college.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay.
So
yeah.
like some of the stuff he has if I check my little notes here, types of
Of
quests.
which there are many.
Yeah.
Okay. Some of the stuff he has here, guys. Okay, I'll give you an example of what Steve has on his.
Well, straight
Steve.
away, just the first thing I'm thinking is, like, I'm like going, oh, it's Fran at level 3. I kind of want to beat him. Like, you know,
I'm
like,
assuming this is quite private. I don't think would you talk to other people about you, or is that
No.
your own discretion?
Okay, here's the thing as well. There's two settings. You can set your page on private, or you
Yeah.
can have it public.
Right.
Most people are private.
Yeah.
You can find a few people on public, and then that's like it depends what you're putting up there. If you're going to put up seriously private stuff, you know,
Yeah,
Or very
yeah,
personal.
yeah, you're obviously not. But like for me, anyway, nothing of mine was too serious, so I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
mind having it set as public.
But also, if you're a massive like success story, you might be more likely to put it up,
Yeah.
wouldn't you?
Yeah. So he is like fun quests and like attend La Tomatina in Spain. You know the tomato throwing festival.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
So like, you know, that's just a life goal. Attend Oktoberfest in Munich.
Yeah.
Visit the Lagavulin distillery in Scotland. I think that's from Parks and Recreation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Attend Comic Con in full costume.
Okay.
Another one. He's got Jason Bourne quests, right?
Right.
So these are Jason Bourne is an idol. He loves James Bond, but he says, you know, James Bond has the entire might of the British Empire behind him.
Yeah.
Whereas
And
Jason
Jason
Bourne
Bourne
is
is
a-
more
is a
realistic.
Yeah,
one-man
exactly.
Yeah,
army.
yeah, yeah.
So, Jason Bourne quests. Have a conversation in a foreign country with a native speaker. So pick up more than one language.
Right.
2. Obtain a second passport.
Ooh.
Oh, I've done that.
How do you do that?
I don't know.
You get citizenship in another.
Do you have to marry? Oh, you move home, relocate. Oh, jeez.
learn
And
how
get
to
citizenship.
pick the lock of a pair of handcuffs,
Okay.
which is a pretty cool life skill to have anyway.
Well, I know you can dislocate your pinky or your thumb, but I don't want to do that.
So that's so now he hasn't achieved all these yet, but these are on his list of things to do, and he's taking them off whenever he
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
That's
time.
very cool.
So I built my own different types of quests and stuff, and then there's also these great things called master quests, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now master quests are if you tick any of these off your list, you instantly level up.
Oh.
So they are supposed to be extreme.
So the master quest, for example, would be something like travel to 3 different countries specifically. Like if that's a long-term life goal.
It's probably more like
Yeah.
a master's degree in something. Or,
well, his like okay, that's fine. But I think what Steve wants you to think
That's fine, Connor. That's kind of shit.
like think bigger, as in buy a tropical island,
Oh God.
right?
here.
Go into outer space.
I did try that actually.
Well, I'm assuming that's amass enough wealth that you can do that and not daddy just left
Oh,
you
yeah,
in
yeah,
trust
exactly.
fund.
No,
Right, okay.
He hasn't achieved any of his master quests because they are so ambitious.
Yeah, yeah.
But
yeah.
they are just something that, like, one of my master quests.
Is not being a successful author of a book not
A master
a
quest
master
for him.
quest?
Well, it could be for you
Right.
if you wanted it to be.
Oh, you can make your own master
Oh,
quest.
yeah, you can. You can
Oh,
put
yeah, well, if
anything
any
else.
of us wrote a book and it was a bestseller, I mean, that's
That-
up there,
yeah.
isn't it? That's
So
up
you
there.
get to pick what you put in your master quests.
Okay,
It's
okay,
completely up to
okay.
you. Like one of my master quests was be a guest in the Graham Norton show.
Ah.
Like,
Oh, that's cool.
How I get there, I have no idea.
You have to achieve a good level of stardom.
You do.
You do.
And to get there, but if that ever happens, I instantly level up.
And how are you planning on achieving that?
I don't know,
Fran?
but it's
Alright.
an asset.
Oh, you have
Graham,
a
if you're
top
listening.
secret plan.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So like,
Or does the red chair count? You might get on the red chair.
Ooh.
no, I did say guess. I said
Okay,
guess.
guess. Right, okay.
So like, that's how big you have to think, right?
That's very cool.
It's very cool. Then the other type thing is, I went into this for the fitness. I was like, right, I'm a bit bored of my current fitness regime. I want something new, something to keep me going, right? Now, the great thing about this is archetypes. You have to pick what type of
Hero
fitness-
you want to look
yeah,
like.
exactly.
Ah,
So
I get you.
they base this basically on your standard like Dragon Age, Skyrim type thing, right?
Right. So are you planning on being Superman or are you planning on being the
Wolverine.
Flash?
Exactly. So class archetypes are warrior,
Yeah.
scout, ranger, assassin, monk, druid, adventurer. Okay,
So you're either an adventurer, a scout, or a ranger, I would say.
very good. So I
You
feel
know,
like I was a scout a few years ago,
Yes.
but I've since moved into the ranger category.
Right.
So scouts are built for distance and efficiency rather than strength and power. You can outlast any animal on the planet. Your muscles are designed with endurance in mind, and you can cover great distances whenever necessary. Now he gives you some
That's
fictional,
true. Okay.
fictional
yeah.
example. I used to like run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You used to do a lot of running. Yeah.
Yeah, fictional example Legolas, and real world example Rita Jeptu, Boston Marathon record holder. Okay,
Oh, okay.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
I feel like now I'm more of a ranger.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so that's a jack of all
You
trades.
stop doing the long distance. You're doing
Exactly.
just 5Ks. Yeah.
Rangers are well equipped for any situation. You're good at strength training and pretty good at covering distances when required, but neither is a speciality. So it's like,
Okay.
yeah, okay, because I do weights and I do like whatever, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not just running non-stop.
Yeah.
Fictional example, I was like Jon Snow. I was like pretty happy.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
Katniss Everdeen. I was like,
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I was like, whoa, this is a high bar. King Leonidas.
Oh god.
There's a big difference there. There's a good bit of a discrepancy.
Katniss and King Leonidas are
Is
not.
King Leonidas not in like the warrior section, or like he's
he would
very big, like muscly wise.
Yeah, no, he is.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of to do with body fat then as well. Like
Right.
I think
Okay,
that's
yeah.
more as well. King Leonidas.
the Spartans are
he's
just badass.
yeah, and they are
Okay,
jack of
yeah.
all trades.
They are.
Who do you think should be in the warrior section? So these guys are the strength trainers.
Conan the Barbarian.
That'd be good. Yeah, he'd be correct. Yeah.
I can't think. Wolverine.
Ooh. Suppose
Yeah, he would be. Yeah, he would be.
Yeah, well, they got Thor here, Maximus Decimus Meridius, and
Yeah.
Brienne of Thart.
Hold on now. Hold on.
Yeah, okay.
Hold on.
Now, remember, I'm just reading what's in the book here. So,
No, it works fine, but
Yeah.
who do you think Maximus?
Leonidas is a lot bigger than what Maximus Decimus
yeah,
was.
definitely.
Like, Russell
Absolutely.
Crowe is a lot less muscular than
Yeah.
your
Jared Butler.
Jared
100%.
Butler was.
Uh,
Anyway, it's still yeah. It
Okay,
still
so
works.
warriors are strength trainers, scouts are runners, and rangers are a little bit of everything. What do you think assassins are?
Speed.
Really speedy, like ninjas, small but very fit.
Speed, life, nimble.
Yeah, like you could do a lot
Gymnasts.
of gymnasts. You could do a lot of like
Gymnasts.
backflips and push-ups and handstands and
Buffy.
So if that's your thing, you go for the parkour, gymnasts, and bodyweight exercises, right?
Yeah.
What do you think a monk is?
Oh, endurance.
Well, if you're going with RPG archetypes, they're
Yeah,
always
that's
good
what I'm
at
thinking.
boxing and stuff, aren't they? Like,
So they're kung fu martial arts.
there you go.
What
Okay.
about druids?
That one throws me. Kind of levitate away with my mind.
Druid would be.
Druids are kind of like priests, aren't they? Like
they're kind of. See,
So you think what would the fitness side of that be?
good at hiking. I don't know.
That'd be more adventure. Like
Okay, yeah. I don't know. I'm
Don't know
at a
what
loss for
else
that one.
yoga and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
spiritual.
then, yeah,
exercise.
exactly.
I get
And then
you.
adventures are kind of more your outdoor, your hill walking, your
Rock climbing.
Except-
Your,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So that straight away, that for me, I was like,
Yeah.
so then like you have to pick your class, then you have to pick your icon. You know, you can different like,
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
And then online, there's
I really
massive
want to read the
communities.
book. Do you?
I kind of want to read it now.
Yeah.
To be honest, I started off being very against this whole concept, and you're winning.
No,
me
I'm not,
over.
because I stumbled across the website and I did know about the book,
Yeah.
but I was
Yeah.
just like, I might look at that someday. But now
Yeah.
that you've kind of taken
Well,
the
my
plunge-
idea of these kind of books is, oh god, these awful like.
See, there's
but this
two
is really
categories of
playing to-
self-help books, right? You have the self-help book for the person who is at a low in their life and they just want someone to tell them, you're beautiful, you're wonderful, you're fine,
yeah,
everything's
yeah.
going to be okay. And then you have the self-help books where, look, you're fine, but if you want to be awesome, here's how. And that's what this
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
I do like it, and the fact that it's just playing to the nerd in me is
it's
just
unreal.
yeah.
And like there's
very
massive
clever.
communities. Like when you go on, you can if you join the Ranger, there's like a Ranger message forum and stuff like that. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then like every once in a while they put up quests and challenges. Like so.
Specific to your...
Yeah, like a 4-week challenge. Every Ranger is trying to do this in the next 4 weeks and that type of way.
Yeah.
Like the way they use some of the references throughout is the Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, is that he uses that metaphor for overcoming the impossible. Like everything is start with one step, etc. If you don't feel like you fit into any of those archetypes, you can start off as a rebel, just a standard rebel, and that's his name. You have to come up with a code name. So Steve's code name is Rebel 1, because he established it. And if you don't feel like at the minute you know which journey, which part you belong in, which group of people,
Is there a...
Yeah,
you
I'm
can
having
start
that-
as the rebel.
I'm having that internal debate myself now. Yeah.
Well, what would you think you'd be at the minute, Jay? What would you want to
I
do?
don't know, because I was for a while a bit of a I've gone through like different stages. I was
You were a warrior
scout
for a long while.
I was a warrior, and then I went very long distancey like you, and now I'm not at all. So what do I aspire to be now? I don't know.
What about you, Connor? What box did you tick? Would you go rebel?
I'd say I'd be closest to a druid.
Probably, yeah.
Would you do yoga and tai chi and stuff like that?
Yeah.
But he's
Do
quite.
you do that type of stuff?
I used to.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
He can put it like his. He used to be able to put his legs over his head, so I'm backing
Yeah.
him up
Well,
there.
the
Can he still
company,
do that?
Probably could if I warmed up, yeah.
the
Yeah.
fictional example that you share with is Lady Galadriel.
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 Yeah, from Lord of the Rings.
No. Is there not more fiction than
I don't think I've
No,
ever
that's
seen
the
her.
only one.
No, of course.
I don't think I've ever
seen
seen her do anything more strenuous than walk.
Then shout. Yeah.
Well, she does go batshit.
Anyway, Fran, that's
Wow.
Yeah, and there's
That's-
the whole thing about accountability as well, where like you have to. That's kind of what the quests are about. You put them up there so people can see how you're doing.
Yeah.
Now, one of the examples he gave was that he was trying to do this book, trying to run the website, and trying to do other things.
Yeah.
And
He's
he
doing
realized
two things.
he was kind of skimping on writing articles for the website. So
Yeah.
he was like, right, I need to set up some accountability.
Yeah.
And he gave $500 to one of the people who he works with at Nerd Fitness. And he said, every time I miss a deadline for Nerd Fitness, you have to, from the 500 pot, you have to donate $50 to the Westboro Baptist Church.
Oh!
Because he says he's very much against them and feels like,
To be honest, who isn't?
yeah, exactly, right? So
Are we against the Baptist church?
The
they're
Westboro
the guys
Baptist
who are
Church.
protesting in the
God hates fags.
Oh yeah, we don't like them.
No,
okay,
we don't.
okay, that's
okay.
fine.
They think God hates all of Ireland because
We
because
voted
of
yes.
just because of
Oh,
Norris.
because of the
just because of David Norris because he's
really,
a senator. Yeah.
and because we passed the
Oh,
marriage
something,
thing
of
as
course.
well. Yeah.
So he was like, right, if I miss a deadline, I am directly responsible for funding this horrible organization.
Has he missed the deadline yet?
So far he's donated the grand total of $0.
Hey! Well done, Steve.
Yeah, so that's the cool thing. So he goes, it doesn't have to be that drastic, but maybe it can be something like, it can be the opposite. Like you can't go to the cinema until you've done 3 rounds of exercise this week.
That's yeah, no,
And
okay.
if you don't hit your
okay.
3 rounds of exercise, you have to put off cinema to next week.
So in other words, it's the opposite of it's the stick.
Yeah.
The carrot is leveling up, but the stick is I can't let myself go to the cinema until.
Exactly.
So are you allowed to go see Batman v Superman next week, Fran?
Are
we counting?
no.
Are we counting climbing a mountain as?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. No, but like
Grand,
again,
okay.
everything is up to you. If you think 3 is too much, if you do exercise once a week, and then you can
enough.
You
as
set
level
your
up-
own.
That's what he says.
right,
Like you
okay.
start off in a game fighting rats in a dungeon.
Oh.
If you were level 50 still fighting rats in a dungeon, it's not going to be that entertaining. So he goes, you can.
And
set
also,
your
what are you
targets
doing?
small.
Get out of the dungeon.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop fighting rats.
So you go, as you grow, your goals should grow, your tasks should grow. Everything has to grow organically with you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So, some of my tasks, for example, are by the end of this year, 2016, I want to be able to complete 10 pull-ups in a single sitting.
I've only ever done 6.
So that's the thing. So I'm working on that. Now I might get that in December, or I might get that in July. If I get it in July, I take that box.
It's
move
kind of like me on my New Year's resolution thing.
Yeah.
A few years ago, it was like for the year of 2013, my New Year's resolution was to save up and buy a car. I bought a car New Year's Eve 2013. Like I literally bought it the
That's
last. So
You definitely could if you had. This is the car fund. I never dip into the car fund. I keep putting money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like it's
You had a year without chocolate as well.
I did a whole year without chocolate, and this year I'm trying to learn Spanish. So it's like I kind of already
¿Cómo
am doing
estás?
this. It's
Yeah.
just ¿Cómo estás?
Ah, that's as much as I know.
But I don't know about you, but for me, it helps enormously if I can go somewhere and take a box, and like you can see,
Very much
you
so.
can see
Yeah.
your experience level going up, bit by bit.
I have to say, I started off very negative at the start of this.
Did you
to the point that I'm going to go home and probably do. Is this free?
Yeah,
Like
this
the
week,
website.
the website's free. Yeah,
Would you have to have read the book to do the site?
it certainly helped me.
I might borrow the book, but I'm definitely going to do the website, and then yeah,
No, it's hilarious.
Cool,
Like, and
cool.
it just gets you psyched, and you're like, right,
yeah.
and you can break down all the requests and stuff like that.
Okay.
I have missed few targets, and you just feel really bad about yourself. You're like,
Oh, that's
Do
good.
you?
though.
That's
That's
what
the
you
point.
need. Yeah.
So
And so anyway, that's Steve Cam.
Cam.
That's my tried something nerdy. I bought the book. I tested it out for a couple of weeks. I wholeheartedly recommend because for nerds like us, it ticks all the boxes. Steve Cam is my next recommendation
to the
for
Geek
Geek
Hall
Hall
Well,
of
we have
Fame.
to do our yay or nay. Oh no, huzzah or nuzzah.
Yeah, that was it.
All right, so will we vote?
I think we should.
Yes.
Yeah. Jay,
Huzzah!
Fran,
Huzzah!
huzzah! So it's unanimous. Congratulations, Steve Cam. You're the second addition to the Geek Hall of Fame.
Does he get a little character now?
Yes, I have Brandon Sanderson and Steve Cam both done out here.
Oh, brilliant!
that's very cool.
So-
It'll be up
Is
on our
Steve
site.
Cam that buff?
I might have flattered him a little.
Steve, if you're listening, Francis has made you look buffer than Superman.
Yeah, he's he's pretty Chris Evans-esque though. Like
Yeah. Is
Captain
he?
America, yeah, he's pretty
Fair play.
big.
Okay. Wow.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for that, Fran. I'm going to be either borrowing or getting my own copy of that book sometime soon.
You know, it's when you finally get your hands on it after that epic journey I had, it's makes it all more important. No, I'll tweet some pictures from the book as well.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. Now we just have one thing left, and that's Zazu. We had scenario last week, but I think we have to discuss scenario, so we'll just do
another Zazu.
But just before we do our Zazu, I'm going to remind our listeners of the favour I asked you to do in the last episode.
Have you done your homework?
Have you? So if you're enjoying our podcasts, and if you think we're funny, if you think we're interesting, if you think we're entertaining, etc., please, all we ask you to do is just to tell 3 friends that you think might enjoy it as well.
Or if you're related to Jay, just keep spreading the word.
Yeah, because all of Jay's family are in on this already. So Jay's family, you just keep telling everyone.
I'm semi out of the closet and I'm not happy about it.
So that's the one thing we really, really ask you to do, just as a kind of a thank you for listening. And also, if you want to do more for us or with us, Jay, what could they do?
They can reach us at Geeks, a.k.a.
on Twitter, and then if you want to find us on Facebook, what's the website?
It's geeksincloset.com/Facebook.
And then you'll find us there. Give us a like, give us a share, give us a retweet, give us a whatever you can.
And write in some suggestions as well for things that we might do, because we'll definitely take anything you send us on board.
Oh, everything. We're at the stage now where if we get any fan interaction, we'll just be like,
that isn't from my family.
Speaking of that, the St. Patrick's Day poll came in, and for best green superhero, it was the Hulk.
100% was it?
Hulk, Green Arrow, Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Green Arrow won with a resounding 100% of the votes.
How many votes are there?
1 vote.
Was that your vote?
No, that was Brian. If you're listening, Brian, that was you.
Thanks, Brian.
Your prize for voting was your name as mentioned on the podcast.
So there we go. Alright, so our Zazu, and then we shall wrap up. So who wants to go first with Zazu?
I'll go very quickly because I actually thought of something
Go.
playing The Walking Dead. Get yourself, I think they're called a ham radio, one of those windy radios. Be very helpful. You don't need to charge them because you can just keep winding, and then you might be able to get an update on if there's a survivor colony somewhere, and hopefully it's not a trap and you get killed. But you have to take that chance.
Fran?
My advice is very simple. It's if you don't know how to drive, learn how to drive now, because it's not the easiest thing in the world to do, and you don't need the zombie apocalypse happening at the same time when you're trying to learn. So go in there
You
prepared.
got that from when you were doing share play with me on
No
Walking
comment.
Dead.
No comment.
Apparently it's easier to learn to drive in the zombie apocalypse because there's no cops.
Oh, that's a good point. And then my Zazu, I'm going to try and make up something real quick. You're going to be searching for a lot of different things, food sources, and one thing that might happen when supplies are really running low is fresh fruit and fresh vegetables and all that kind of thing. So what I would do is just know your local area a little bit and see what kind of plants grow wild that are safe to eat, such as blackberries and things like that. Like, we all know blackberries, but I'm sure there's other things you could learn about. So study.
Don't eat the red berries.
Don't eat the red berries unless they're raspberries or strawberries. They're fine.
Okay.
So I have been Connor.
I've been Jay.
I've been Fran.
And this has been Geeks in the Closet, episode 8. Thanks for listening. See you later.
Bye.